Hello, welcome to How Not to Garden Railway. In this episode we're going to be looking at planting in the garden. After all, it is a garden railway, it does need some garden. So first of all we're going to look at how to plant some trees in the forestry section over there, and then we're going to have a look round the garden at some of the names and uses of plants on a garden railway. So it's now time for a change of haircut and a change of clothes. We're going to go back in time a couple of months and look at completing the forest section over there. So we've got our track and our wall, so let's try and see if we can't put a few plants in. Now, I've got a few little trees here. I've used quite a few on the railway so far, and I have some small ground covering plants, mainly from the Saxifraga, I'm not sure what the pronunciation is, family, so they might help with the ground cover. Right, so I've got a few more trees here that I've pulled up from other places on the railway, and most of these trees, they just haven't been doing well at all in the places that I put them. It's a bit dry for them in the other places, and some of them have not taken very well over the winter. So we'll put them in here where they'll hopefully get a bit more rain, and hopefully they'll be a bit happier. I found that box trees will cope with the dryness, whereas some of these won't. And we've got, I think this is called a Roberta spruce, or a Robertina spruce. That forms, when it's healthier, this is dried out a bit, forms a very nice miniature tree. And we've got various conifers, just standard conifers, and these are all of the miniature variety, so hopefully they shouldn't grow too big. I'm afraid I don't know all the proper names for all of these, so let's just have a little bit of a rearrange until we're happy with how it is. I think the taller trees should go at the back, like that maybe. Yeah, alright. Obviously it's not going to look right straight away because these trees are a bit tired, but hopefully we can nurse them back to good health. Down here I've also got some little cuttings of a nobody's business plant, or baby's tears, and these are quite invasive, and they will take root and hopefully cover the whole area in the little leaves, which we like a lot. So, let's get cracking. Right, so let's have a look at planting a small tree. I've already done a few. Now, here we have the tree, so we first of all dig a hole. It's got to be about the same size as the pot. Now, I deliberately haven't ballasted the track yet, because I'm clearly just going to get soil all over it in this process. There we go. So we're just careful of the wall that we've put in. Just dig that out. There we go. Right, see if that fits. Yeah, fairly well. Now we grasp it by the bottom and just gently pull it out of the pot. And that one slides out quite easily. Now we come and have a look at the roots. This one hasn't got many roots. Some of them will have wound round, and what you have to do is gently tease out the roots, and this is to stop them from just keeping on going round and round in a circle, and to invite them to explore the soil around them and get really established. So if we just do that and then pop that in there and then bank up the soil behind it and fill it in. Get some of that soil off the track. Like that. And then just press it in nicely. And this one we're going to have to prune quite soon, I think, to stop it from going over the track. But what we can do is, when it gets established, is to clip off the lower branches to raise the canopy. Right, and there we have it. Just do the last ones. Yes, here are the forest section trees. Now these have changed in some of the original ones that I planted did die, I'm afraid. They did get, they were too far gone, so I've replaced them. So we've got a variety of conifers here, all different varieties. Elwood's Pillar and Top Point are two of them in here. I didn't keep the names for the other ones, I'm afraid. Weeding. And you've just got to make sure that their 3-year height is under 3 feet. And if you keep trimming the tops off, as I have done here, and just keep trimming them a bit, you will keep them small. They are starting to now flesh out a bit in their new homes. So they're looking really rather lovely at the moment. Remember that tiny scrap of nobody's business that I planted? Well, look, it's taking over already. It's gone all the way along here. And this was a tiny little conifer that was mainly brown that I planted. This is the only one that's actually recovered. So that's my little success story there. Aha, but what of the saxifrage white pixie that I planted? Well, it very quickly started growing and expanding to fill this gap. And then when I cut it to stop it from taking over everything, it decided it didn't like that, promptly went brown and died. So although it might look a lovely small plant in the pot, it developed huge, great big florets of leaves and didn't look very good at all in this small space. So saxifrage is one to be planted in a larger space. I think we can learn from that. Up on top of the wall I planted a member of the, oops, that's something else, of the Hebe family, and that's doing very well indeed for itself up there. Hebes are very resistant to anything you throw at them. You can cut them right back and they'll come back again and again. And with suitable training and pruning they can look like quite a good tree. On the subject of Hebes, here is, oops, another one which is doing very well in its spot. You can see the vast variety of different Hebes. That's filling out nicely to become a nice little bush there. And here we are at the chaos that is Woodbridge Station at the moment to find another Hebe. Look at this one, this one's really taken off. That needs pruning back, so we'll do that a bit later. But again, a lovely little tree. Another conifer there at Woodbridge, standing tall. And here we are now looking at probably one of the most, I don't know, loyal and easy to grow, non-complaining bush or tree for the railway, and this is box. Now I've found that the variegated type doesn't grow very well at all, but this box with the dark green leaves, you just stick it at the back and leave it alone. I do trim it to keep it out of the way of the trains, but it just sits there looking good without any fuss at all. What was my favourite tree, the Alberta spruce, is now looking very sad indeed. Still got green on it, so I'm leaving it, but it is autumn now and I'm not sure that these trees are supposed to be deciduous, but I think it's just too dry in this garden for them, poor thing. Coincidentally, the lovely branches in this shot are being provided by our very lovely clematis, which climbs up the wall. But the overhanging branches do look rather nice above the railway there.